looks good, and then I don't know what I did. I got up. Alright, welcome everyone, whoever is coming. So my name is Angela, and I am a fibercraft enthusiast. Oh gosh, try to fix this lighting. I'm so sorry, guys. I had this grate, and then I got up and I went to the bathroom and I had a night break, and now it's all messed up. Okay, so I think that's it now. So I'm actually working on a set of dishcloths, and I'm on my third one, hoping to have the fourth one done. About to start the fourth one, but right now I'm just hemming. And this is my Ashford rigid Hedlle loom, the little SampleIt. So I'm having a lot of fun with this loom. I have this loom, and I also have another loom called it's a Becca. It's an older loom. It's actually a loom that they no longer make. It's the RL loom. But it's still a great loom. It's big. It's a 32-inch weaving width. So it does take up some space in my living room, but my husband doesn't seem to mind, so I really, really enjoy it. So right now what I'm doing is I'm hemming. I'm doing in her book, oh my gosh, what is the title? Hold on. In the Weaving, Spinning, and Dyeing book by Rachel Brown. She describes this, I think she calls this the whipped fringe hem. So this is what I'm using. I know various creators and weavers have their own version of the hem, but this is what I like. And I've seen a couple of others do this as well. So, so this is the hem I like to do. When I do dishcloths, I don't hem as far as where I tuck it under and I sew it. Once I get this set off of my loom, I'll wash it, do a wet, I think it's a wet finish. Oh, I want to take the tension off that, put that back in neutral. I just realized I had that in down. Was wondering why it was so tight. So I will take it, wash it, dry it, and then I will take it to my sewing machine and do a zigzag stitch, and then cut it to form the fringe. So, but right now I'm just doing the hem stitch all the way across. Just kind of a slow process, but really like it. It's kind of meditative. So I don't have music playing now because I don't want to risk any copyright violations. But when I do, but what I like to do when I weave is I like to play some like worship music and basically hum along and sing with my hands, I guess. But one of my favorite YouTube channels right now is actually Joshua Snodgrass. He's an acoustic guitarist, and I really want to buy some of his albums. But they're very serene and calming. He plays hymns, contemporary worship. He plays all kinds of wonderful, soothing music. I like to listen to him when I'm actually like to have that playing in the background when I'm working my day job, my corporate job, and it's really soothing to listen to. So I'm trying to keep these in groups of 2. I accidentally got one in a group of 3. So I'm going to fix that. And then I hope everybody is well. Everyone is well. It's Sunday morning, the Labor Day weekend. Or not Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend. And true to form, we had some really spicy weather here in Oklahoma. Where I'm at, fortunately, we actually did not get any rain. I was a little disappointed. We didn't get some rain. My plants and pots outside need some rain, but we didn't get any rain. But just to the north of us, by about 30 miles, they had Claremore got hit by a tornado, and other communities in Oklahoma had tornado warnings. So if you're watching this or watching this later, anytime in the near future, be praying for that community because they got hit hard. Claremore is actually my hometown. I would actually like to go and check up on a couple of places in Claremore just because that's where I grew up and I still have some family in Claremore. But they are not, the authorities are not letting anyone in. They've closed all roads into Claremore, and when they reopen, they'll only let you in Claremore if you have a Claremore, an ID with a Claremore address. Since I don't have that, it will probably be a couple days before I can go into Claremore. As far as I know, everyone is fine. Everybody that's checked in with me says they're fine. They've got a couple of people have gotten some damage, but all of my friends and as far as I know, all of my family are okay. So we're very fortunate there. But be praying for Claremore and the communities east. There was pretty significant damage all the way down Highway 20 from last night's storm. Rogers are all the way into Arkansas. Rogers, Arkansas got hit pretty good too. So I was up pretty late last night with the spicy weather working on this. I finished the second dish towel in this set last night. This is the third dish towel that's going to be in this set. I'm trying to decide. I have a couple of balls of yarn picked out for the fourth, and I haven't quite decided which one I want to do yet. But I think I'm going to kind of go with the wild one. So I'll show it to you in a bit. So anyway, I apologize for the weird looking camera frame. My regular demonstration camera that I used when I was teaching died, and so I purchased a document camera thinking it would be okay, but unfortunately I can't run it as a camera straight into my streaming studio software without it being upside down, and I have to use the actual document camera software to rotate the image, and I don't know how to import that image from the document camera software without it including the whole window. So we got this nice little border around here, so I apologize for that, but it is what it is. I'll save up and I'll get a better camera because I do want to start streaming more just for fun. So But anyway, so it's been a while since I've done any streaming or any videos. I actually took quite a long break from doing anything or trying to do anything. So for various reasons, we've had family health issues, we've had other things going on. I changed positions in my job. I'm still with my same employer, still work in the rental car industry, and I love my job. But I changed positions, so that. And I stopped teaching because I needed to focus more on family. And plus, I just needed a break. But I just want to get into streaming and making videos just for fun now. Just to have fun and to, I guess, rekindle old relationships and get to know new people in the fibercraft community. So if you are just finding me, I want to welcome you. I'm going to take my watch off. My watch band keeps getting caught in my yarn. So I want to welcome you. So my name is Angela, and I was a knitting and crochet instructor. I do teach very, very occasionally. Like if I have a friend who has a friend who wants to learn, I will teach them. But I don't do it as a regular occurrence. I am going to be teaching a beginning weaving class at the local yarn shop, simply because the weaving instructor had some health issues going, so she's no longer able to teach for a while. So I went ahead and picked up her beginning weaving class, and I have to say it's been a lot of fun. Doing a crash course in all the beginner stuff again, like basically relearning how to weave, and trying new techniques, and just basically troubleshooting for myself issues that are going on, so I can help others beyond the beginning weaving class. So, I wonder if I can increase the light just a little bit or change the light. No, that might be a little bit better. Nope, too much. Trying to get things just right. I don't normally, I actually have a small studio space that I rent to make videos in, but I'm not in my studio space, I'm at home. So I don't have a really good setup at home. I'd like to make one. I'd like to make space for a good studio space at home, but I just simply don't. But it would be nice to have a better space at home, to have decent lighting to share my love of fibercraft with. So alright. So just hemming, almost done. And then I'm going to advance the warp and get started on the 4th dish towel, the set. And I'm hoping to have these done within an hour, because I've got to get these in the washer and dried, because we actually are leaving in about 3 hours to head to a birthday dinner, and these are intended as the birthday gift. So there's that. almost there. So I absolutely love weaving. Even though I know I've just dipped my toes into the very, very, very edge of the weaving black hole. No, I don't want to say black hole, but whatever. Rabbit hole, I think is what it is, what I want to try to say. But I absolutely love it. It's a great use for my stash yarn. I have a ton of yarn, which I know a lot of fibercraft artists do, but I do not knit or crochet fast enough to use the yarn that I have, and I want to buy more yarn. So I need to use it. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to destash it. I purchased this yarn because I love this yarn and I need to use it. So I absolutely am so happy to have found weaving. And it's actually kind of rekindled my mojo for knitting and crocheting. When I took a break from teaching, I essentially took a break from all fibercrafts. All fibercrafts in totality. And I considered selling my equipment, my tools. I considered selling my spinning wheels, simply because they weren't getting used. And but weaving, I guess, has kind of rekindled that mojo, and my desire to work with fiber again. So I have been spinning more. I'm still actually toying with the idea of selling one of my spinning wheels, but I haven't yet. I might put it up for sale at one of the local fiber festivals that's happening here in Oklahoma in July, Fiber Christmas in July. I might take it there and give somebody who is just getting into spinning a really good deal. My spinning mentor is actually teaching there, and I'm probably going to loan her my spinning wheel for the class, and let the participants know that if anybody's interested in purchasing my spinning wheel, that I would give them a really, really, really good deal. Because honestly, when I started spinning, I was totally blessed, and someone blessed me when I was learning to spin. So I missed a group here. I'm not going to undo everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to redo this. So this is what happens when I'm chatting instead of paying attention. So I'm going to do this edge, and I'm going to come back and fix that. Be a little funky, but that's okay. That's okay. Once it's washed, nobody will notice. Like, I might notice, but that's because I know it's there. So it's actually a beautiful day outside. I love sitting here weaving or knitting or crocheting at this window because I have a rose bush right outside the window I'm sitting next to. But unfortunately, at this moment, I can't have it open because if I open it, it will just drown out the lighting. And I haven't quite figured out how to adjust for that. So I'm going to cut that. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mimic. So what I'm going to do, so this is what I need to fix right here. This lone, I don't know if you can see it, but here's this lone thread right here. So I'm actually going to, I should have enough length. So I'm actually going to come in and I'm going to duplicate weave here. Then come back up here. I'm going to mimic what I was just doing with my hem stitch. Here's this one. And then here's that very next one I accidentally skipped. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group it here. So it's going to make it this hem right here a little funky, but it's going to be okay. Redo it. Now honestly, if I hadn't come back and done this, it probably would have been okay, simply because I'm not going to cut the fringe very short, but I'm just being extra cautious, and also I just like the look of all of my fringes bundled in groups. So there we go. Alright, so now going to kind of go up. I'm actually going to come up behind here. Then I'm going to weave in the tail. So it's extra secure. I don't know if you can see. I'm just following the weft over, under, over, under, over, under. So I'm confident this is going to be secure. And then snip it off. So there we go. So that is hemmed. So now I've got to decide what, oh, I'm going to take this one off. Take this one off, make a little butterfly. Make a little ball. Make a tiny ball. have to decide. Do I want to be kind of fun and funky, or do I want to keep this third dishcloth kind of mild? I think I want to go fun and funky. Hi, Sadie. My doggie's here. Hi, Sadie. Hey. Whoops. What? Oh my goodness. Actually had quite a bit left from this ball. Again, I'm really sorry for the video quality. I know it's not the best quality. The document camera is actually pretty good, but with it importing from the document camera program into my video streaming program, there is a little bit of lag. So it is what it is. I'm just restarting and streaming. It is what it is. I actually have a really good webcam on my laptop, so I think I'm gonna see if I can find like a tripod stand to put that on, to put that one on, and see if I can stream by my computer that way. Please don't knot up on me. Oh, I dropped. Please don't knot up on me. Took all of that off of the shuttle all at once. Ooh. Spaghetti noodle knot. Spaghetti noodle knots. Sometimes if it gets knotted, I don't worry about it because it's just the end of the ball. But I want to make a scrappy dish towel set, so I'm saving my balls. Save the balls. Now I have this clamped to my computer desktop, my computer desk. So when I have it clamped like this, I actually like to stand so I can see it better. When I'm working at, like in the living room, I'll have it where it's resting in my lap, and then angled up on a card table what am I trying to say? Card table. So, alright, so that ball's gonna go up here to be saved for later. You know, I really think, I wonder how that would look. That's actually got some color pretty close. I wanted to do this color. No, I'm gonna go with this. I'll use that blue in another. So now I'm gonna load my shuttle. And this is, this yarn right here, this is Plymouth Yarn Fantasy Natural. I think it's how you say it. This is actually some of my favorite dishcloth cotton to work with. I buy this at my local yarn shop. It is a little pricey. It's like, it is $8 per skein. So it's a little bit pricier than normal dishcloth cotton, but I really like it. I'm going to stick that label there so I can save it for later. So now, let's load the shuttle. Let's load this shuttle. So, I know everyone does it a little bit different, but how I do it is I will start at this end, and I'll do a figure 8 around the end points at first. Until that's pretty secure. Then I loop the tail over it so it's caught in the main, and then I start winding the bobbin. And I'm going to move this over here so it's easier for me. And hopefully you can see this, but I'm just going to go back and forth, figure 8, and I don't really count, but I just kind of keep track. You know, I try to do about 20, and then I'll turn around and start loading the other side. This is how I load my shuttle. Oh yeah, now that I'm doing this, I'm glad I used this yarn. This yarn's gonna look fun. It will look fun. So we have a knot here. Not gonna, yeah, I am gonna worry about it. So what I'm gonna do, trim it. I don't like knots when they're right on the end like that. So if it's in the weft, I will kind of re-knot them. I apologize for the noise. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how to do this. But I will re-knot them. And I don't do a tight knot because what I'm going to do is when it comes to this knot, I will undo this and I will just add it in as a regular join. So I don't like knots in my warp. I don't like knots in my weft. Okay. So the knot I was trying to do isn't working. So I'm simply going to do a very loose knot. And then when I come to it, I will undo that. I could have just left the original knot in and cut it out when I came to it, but I didn't. I was trying to do a weaver's join to join the two ends to make sure it doesn't come apart. Sadie, do you have zoomies? Do you have zoomies? Is that what you have? Are you trying to say you need to go potty? Do you need a nature break? Okay. Give me a few seconds. Alright, I'm taking my dog out. Be right back. Sorry about that. Dogs gotta go outside, and sometimes they cannot hold it. This is gonna be fun. So, like if you catch this channel, what are you working on? Are you knitting something? Are you weaving something? Okay, there's another knot. I'm gonna clip that and join when I get to that knot in the weft. You weaving something? What are you working on? You just taking a break today? It's Memorial Day weekend. Are you traveling to see family? What are you guys doing? I'm not going to stream the whole process of making this dishcloth, but I do want to show you how. So I did hem that end, and I want to show how I start the next one, because it's something that works for me. I really haven't seen anybody else do it, but when you have multiple projects on the same warp and you have a gap, there's a lot of everything I've seen shows you weaving scrap yarn and for so many rows, and then when it comes to after you wash it and you wet finish it, you pick out that scrap yarn so you can make your fringe. And the whole purpose is simply just to leave a gap. Well, I don't like using scrap yarn because it's kind of hard to pick it out. Hi, Junebug. Oh, are you coming to visit me? So this is our foster kitten, Junebug. Hi, Junebug. Are you coming to help? Do you need some lap time? Is that what you need? Hi, Junebug. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Not for kittens. So we have 4 foster kittens right now. Oh, Daniel, are you coming in to visit too? We have 4 foster kittens right now. We have a small farm with chickens and rabbits and a small garden, and then we have 2 dogs. We have 3 cats of our own, but 2 of those are mainly outside cats. So we also foster kittens for the local shelter. Okay. I think that's going to be enough. I can add more to the shuttle if I need more. But just going to go ahead and get started with that. And set the rest of the ball. We'll set the rest of the ball down here, so it doesn't accidentally get knocked off by a kitten. So, alright, so I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to advance my warp. And I don't know what I did when I warped this. Something went awry because I am having so much trouble with the tension of the yarn in the slots, not the holes, but the slots. So what I did is to help take up the tension of the slots is I placed a you could use a pickup stick, but I cut up a length of a yardstick and stuck it on here, and that's helping to keep this tensioned as well. That's not good. Hold on 1 second. I gotta unclamp. Unclamp. So clamped this. So this is simply like shelf lining paper. I picked this up from Dollar Tree and I cut it to the width of my loom. And that's what I use for packing the warp when I packed the warp. So, alright. Get this reclamped. These looms come with a clamp, but for some reason that clamp doesn't work with my desk, so I have a C clamp that I use to clamp this to my desk. It's a heavy duty C clamp, might be a little overkill for what I need, but it's what was in the garage and that's what works. So alright, so now I'm clamped. I'm straight onto the desk. So what I do, when I've advanced the warp and I'm getting ready to start a new one, all I do is I take a spare shuttle or a pickup stick and I put it in as if I was using scrap yarn. And if I wanted wider fringe, which I don't want wider fringe, this isn't going to need wide fringe, I would simply take a second pickup stick, change the shed, and insert the pickup stick here, and then that's going to leave you a really nice gap and then you can start the next project. But I don't need that much fringe, so I'm just gonna. So also this helps me to make sure that my starting fell line is going to be fairly straight. So then I'm going to unwind a decent length from the shuttle for my beginning hemline. Then I'm going to place this through. Again, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. The closer I get to the end of the warp, the more trouble I'm having with this. So we'll see how this fourth dish towel goes. Whoops, I am so sorry, I just hit the camera. So, there we go. And then place it as even as possible. Now I'm going to measure this to make sure. I like to have about 5 links, 5 length that's equal to about 5 widths of the project, just to make sure I have enough if I have to correct any mistakes, and that I do. So now we're just gonna have some fun. Right. And you can tell, like, these warp threads are kind of loose. So, like, I warped this pretty late, and I thought it was pretty late in the evening, and I was tired, and I thought I took enough care to make sure I didn't get anything twisted, but obviously something is twisted in here. So I'm going to weave about 1 inch, and then I am going to say goodbye and good day. And so after I weave about 1 inch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hem this before I take the gap shuttle out. I'm going to weave it, or I'm going to hem it and then take the gap shuttle out, and that helps to make sure that my starting fell line stays even. So one of the problems I do have is I have a hard time keeping my wefts per inch even, because I'm left-handed, so I'm left-handed dominant already. I'm left-hand dominant already, and then I had shoulder surgery on my right shoulder, and had shoulder surgery on my right shoulder, so it's even weaker. So I have to take extra care to make sure my wefts per inch stay even. And actually, I mentioned this in one of my Facebook posts, and Kelly Casanova was very gracious to comment that when you are placing, that you can kind of rock the Hedlle to secure it even more, and to hold the ends to make sure you're holding instead of the middle, and that will help you make sure things are even all the way across. So it's a great tip from Kelly Casanova. I've actually purchased a couple of her resources on her Etsy, and watched so many of her videos. And they've helped me a lot. So, well, I have a kitten who needs some attention. So I'm going to wish you all a good day. I'm going to give the kitten some attention. I'm going to go bring my dogs in, and then I'm going to finish this 4th dishcloth. Happy Memorial Day. Have a wonderful day.